Um, there's a very tiring conversation that we've had for a very long time. So I agree with the people when they say they don't really want to waste too much time on it. But I don't know how much any of you followed. So and that's on Prof. Strumiasi, so I'm going to put that on the back burner. But I don't know how much all of you followed, how much you actually followed that Meet the Press. Is that that the GFA held with the journalists in Kumasi? They wanted to play a friendly game. It didn't come off. Yeah. You wanted them to play behind closed doors.
Yeah, but that's the norm. Behind closed doors.
I actually even found it quite weird
Behind closed doors. They should have played behind closed doors.
this is the institution. There's nothing wrong, right? With you retracing your steps, trying to build relationship with people.
Of course.
When you realize that you've messed up at some point. But I found it quite weird that this Ghana Football Association never found it worthy of apologizing to journalists when our very own colleague Sadi Adamo was attacked by a security attaché to the national team in the US, when someone was hit in the Black Stars team hotel, when our very own Jan Ampofankra was told to stop recording before it gets physical. Jan Ampofankra, of all people, you can tell him it will get physical. Then all of a sudden you want to play friendly match with the media. I found it quite funny. In any case, if you wanted to play a friendly match with the media, there's SWAG. Write to SWAG and invite them for a friendly match. But because the press conference is happening in Kumasi, SWAG will say, okay, then SWAG Ashanti will play the friendly match with you people. They could have done that. But because they just feel they can wake up one day and, after the journalists here, we can always get them. Let's go. When we say we want to play a friendly match with them, they will come out. I found that quite disrespectful. If they really wanted, or if they really respected the media, there have been proper structures. And in fact, Kate is work member. Prosper is work member. Randy. Henry. Archie. I found it quite unfortunate that these people who are part of the Inky fraternity never for once found it worthy of appreciating the media and trying to build a relationship with the media.
It's a very weird thing, isn't it? Because
and the very moment they said that, this administration is the most friendly and media friendly, Sadiq Adams was blocked.
It's a very interesting thing that Muftar mentioned. The sheer number of journalists running the FA now, and this is probably the most the frostiest I have seen in terms of the FA's relationship with journalists. And this is an FA run by mostly journalists.
Yeah, it's weird.
What does that speak to? It speaks to a bit of distrust between colleagues, isn't it? Like it's almost
it's almost like we've been there before, so we know them very well.
Yeah, like
that's what I mean.
It's like
by the distrust.
They know that if they allow the journalists to come close to the team, they know the things people have been doing. They know that when they go close to the team, you've been doing some things.
I honestly don't understand what this is all about.
But on a more serious note, I think that it's unbelievable that with the experience that these people have had in the media, they would have really done things that appeals to the optics. You see, there's an aspect of management that necessarily has to go in line with optics, so that the public belief in the institution is protected and trusted by the general public. Few people who understand these things will look at it and say that's an optic, so they don't mind. But the general populace will look at it and be like, I like the posture, I like the angle. So when you're in the same hotel with Nigeria, and you didn't even plan to have the media doing some engagement with your players, as soon as you saw Nigeria do it, you should have straight away come up with something that resembles what Nigeria did. You could have just done something, but for them to be so blind to
the potential
everything,
benefits,
to everything that people are complaining about. It's weird, really, because and the distaste in the media, it's weird. It's almost as if they are living on one planet, and the rest of Ghana is on another planet, and that for me is staggering, really. And meeting the press in Kumasi, I like the idea. Yeah, meeting the press. We've gone for this. It's been a disastrous AFCON. You want to answer questions, but I had a massive disappointment. And you see, on the back of what we had gone through at the AFCON, tying it to what we went through 2 years ago, it cannot be an accident. Quite clearly, something wasn't working. So if you're going to meet journalists 3 weeks after, or a couple of weeks, 2 weeks after the disaster, I'm thinking that you are coming there with a plan that gives us hope for the future.
That's right.
After all the talk that they did in Kumasi, there is nothing in there that suggested that we are going to change the way, take a different path, and get different results. It's almost as if
I didn't get the impression.
I didn't get the impression.
There was nothing new.
There was nothing new. It was only trumpeting what in their minds is an achievement. And you see, that is my biggest fear with the FA.
They have been reflecting.
Because the same thing they said that they had achieved over in 2023 were the same things after our disaster in Cote d'Ivoire. They were repeating. So the GFA president will tell us that we have forgotten that an under 20 team won the under 20.
We know that.
We know that. We've not forgotten. He even went on to make a mistake that our Chan team were in the contest. No, they were not. They were knocked out of the group stages.
That's true.
You know, and so we admit that there are things you've done right. We just don't know if there was a method to it or it was by chance. If there's a method to it, show us the way. So that bring us along.
Yes.
So that we can believe in what you are doing. And in fact, we the media can educate Ghanaians that listen, the national team might not be doing well, but if you pay attention to what the FA is doing at under 17 and under 20, bro, in the next 4 years, we are sure that we'll perform better. But because it's not taking us along, because it's not showing us what you are doing with 17, 20 and other teams, it's impossible for us to actually say that under 20 team that won the AFCON during COVID and couldn't make the World Cup was by any method.
What was the method to it? That's the point.
Absolutely.
If there was, why have we not,
vibes.
hold on.
Yes.
Why have we not had sustained success?
And why have we not had a number of them, at least two,
Yes.
graduate into our national team?
Because I always say this, there can be accidental success, but
True.
there can never be accidental failure.
Absolutely.
No.
So you can stumble on one success, but if you can't repeat it, it means
It was by chance.
Yes.
It was an accident.
But the failure has been so consistent.
Thank you. And so for me, my takeout from the presser was that I listened to everything. I was like, I'm not too sure if they figured out a way to get us out of this mess before the next AFCON, which could be in January, February in Morocco.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, they are saying the same things that the president said when he was campaigning at Congress and trumpeting what he considered an overachievement, were the same things he was repeating. And listen, there was no real admission, and this one disappointed. When the president had the opportunity of addressing us and then looked onto his paper, I was going to think that the first lines were going to be one of an apology. I was thinking
That's the first time he's faced the media.
the first time we heard his voice,
Yes.
post Cote d'Ivoire,
Yeah.
and I was thinking,
Not even post Cote d'Ivoire, post he became the FA president, because he has never met the media
Since he was
since he was
re-elected,
voted-
Re-elected.
Not even re-elected. AFCON 2021, what he did was to go on one radio station to the other and tell us that we don't have Messi and Ronaldo.
He's been on other
he's
platforms.
just
I'm saying
saying
that post this disaster,
Yes.
when he had an opportunity, and in 2021, when he had an opportunity via the sister platform in
There was
Asempa,
Asempa, yeah.
he declined to apologize.
And say if we have Messi or
Messi
Ronaldo, we should go and
said a
bring
lot of things that were so rude and arrogant, and in my opinion made no sense.
They will block you.
Then, Twitter. Listen, Twitter.
Hey,
you have a
don't
GFA
block
page,
people, please.
and you blocked me. What will happen? How would that
Don't
affect
block
my business?
people.
No, it was.
I was blocked 2 years ago.
Have they unblocked you?
Was it by mistake?
He deserve block you.
Even the president himself blocked me.
Have you been unblocked?
You moved
They
out.
unblocked.
You
No,
moved
no,
out.
I unblocked myself, but they don't know how I unblocked myself.
Mustafa,
But I unblocked myself.
You went to beg the
Bossman,
the-
you tell Bossman to
To
block.
fear, God forbid.
So how did you unblock yourself?
And that I will not say publicly. I'll say it off air. I'll say it off
Hey, please.
But Mustafa,
the
Mustafa
GFA people,
there.
yes.
Me suffer for blocker with my personal handle.
I say that the GFA people, they don't miss this show. They are always listening.
Yeah, they are listening.
So they've heard you. They'll
They
block
block
you
you
again.
again.
They can block. Oh, good luck.
Percent.
Let you go and block
What I'm
again.
saying,
Yes.
you see, what I'm saying is,
Yes.
when he had an opportunity to speak for the first time,
Yes.
I was thinking that the president could personally, not FA matter,
Yeah.
not a school matter. And that's what I was looking for on his maybe social media page, because he comes there to post things.
Yeah. All the time.
He spoke about NSA not using the stadium. It's unacceptable.
Yeah.
That was unacceptable to
Yes.
him. and all of us agreed with him that the NSA is using the pitch for other things. That one was okay for him to find his phone, open Facebook, and post that.
Yes.
But he couldn't, after we went through the pain of being knocked out of the AFCON, pick his phone, get on Facebook, or draft something on his own letterhead and apologize first and foremost before even he meets his people. Because whatever you do, whatever explanation you've got, we have failed. There is no, you see, you can't explain the failure. You can only take responsibility and apologize. He didn't do it. Then when he was speaking, you see, he's talking about things that I don't like the idea of the whole GFA academy that I hear in Bolga.
The elite school.
The elite school. I like these ideas, but you see, and he mentioned it. They don't communicate well. I like that idea, but again, I want to ask, where are the coaches who are going to train these kids coming from, right? Who has trained these coaches to be able to groom these talents? We want the best for Ghana football. These are genuine questions. So these are the things we'd like to engage them about.
Yeah, I think one thing that he said was that also that he feels the RFAs themselves are not even doing the communication well.
Yeah.
And I think you just said that the FA has an issue with
communication. Yes.
We don't think, and we've never said that everything the FA does is bad.
No.
They are doing some good things. But those good things, like Sitso rightly said, what are they?
What are the methods?
We don't know. What are the methods?
What do you do to achieve
because every now and then you see some coaches are going through training, but they don't tell us, like, you understand. Or maybe there is a system to the juvenile football league that you are running. All we see is you are donating balls. You are that one you are quick to publish.
Yes,
but
you are donating boot.
You know, you don't engage. You
don't sharing computers and printers.
You know exactly.
And what still
pains
me is that in 2024 we still boast about coast football.
Even for Black Stars matters, they don't engage. They block out the media for Black Stars matters. How much more youth football?
Yeah.
How much more juvenile football? Even Black Stars, they don't want the media to come close.
Yes.
In fact, and you just brought my mind back.
Story?
So Fentio, for this one, in Abidjan, I've always said, journalists should not also have that sense of self-entitlement that, oh, it is my right to get to the national team. It is never our right. It is the association that determines when they want us to get close to the team. One of the things I, however, found unacceptable was the fact that we were told, and
you mean journalists were told?
Journalists were told in Abidjan that we should stay about 150 meters away from the team bus when the players were alighting from the team bus due to security reasons. Why the journalists? Why did we go there with guns to go and shoot the players?
Was it a GFA arrangement or CAF arrangement?
See, Egypt.
No,
just a moment.
I'm asking. Was it a GFA arrangement or CAF arrangement?
It is a communique that came to us from the CAF media team that were there. However, the same CAF media team were with us when we were with Team Egypt. Team Egypt, the distance between you and I was just sound like this when Salah descended from the bus and went inside. We were like 10-15 meters away from them. When it came to our very own Black Stars, because we went to the Egypt training ground, because the LOC did the arrangement in a way that when you go to one training and they will bus you to the next training. So we went to Egypt's training ground. We were standing close to the players when they alighted from their bus. But when we went to the Black Stars, Rowan Williams, she's that's the word, Rowan Williams.
He's the goalkeeper of the.
Forget
the name, go on.
Rowena. She's called Rowena.
Rowena is the media officer for Bafana.
Yeah.
She asked us, she said, due to security reasons, we've been told to stay about 150 meters away from the Black Stars team bus. I personally asked her, who gave you this directive?
The GFA.
And she said, I know I am speaking to a journalist. The directive is that stay 150 meters away from the team bus. So, if she allowed us to be just 10-15 meters away from from Egypt, Team Egypt, right? Why would she tell us to be over 100 meters away from our very own Black Stars?
Because your very own Black Stars are a special breed of people.
So
if you stay too close,
you cannot state categorically that the GFA asked them to do it, But if she could allow us to be close to Egypt and can't allow us to be close to the Black Stars, then definitely
It's a logical conclusion to make.
It's a logical conclusion to make that the GFA said, don't let them come.
Very well, Mufta.
Due to security reasons.
Okay.
What are the security reasons?
Interesting. Let me connect that